People all over the world were shocked to learn Elon Musk planned to buy Google. Elon has a history of making rash, expensive purchases, and he may be about to make another. He completed the purchase of Twitter, transforming it in a stupefying way. Would Google be the next in line? What could be the reason for it? The net worth of Google was $729 billion in 2018. The net worth climbed by 2 times in 3 years. Owning Google would be Elon Musk's first step towards greatness because it is a component of the internet that is always expanding. He would also be one of the select few with the means to purchase this tech giant. Elon and Google Cloud work well together. He teamed up with Google to deploy ground stations for Starlink at the company's data centers in order to realize his vision of Starlink. By the agreement, high-speed broadband internet would be readily available to all of this. Together, SpaceX and Google Cloud would work towards this goal because they both depend on each other for their successes to boost sales. Before Google Cloud, Microsoft had a questionable agreement with SpaceX. The Google Cloud accounts for 7% of Google's overall income. The market for cloud computing has been dominated by Amazon and Microsoft, and Google may have a chance to overtake them thanks to its cooperation with SpaceX. Elon is aware of Google's influence. Imagine owning this IT Goliath if his relationship with Google Cloud had been successful. He is skilled at giving any tech business a whole facelift, and he did a fantastic job with Twitter. He got along well with Google, he said. What may be his motivation for wanting to own this tech giant, though? Elon had to deal with Twitter while finalizing a deal worth $34 billion. He encountered a lot more controversies than he anticipated. Even before he purchased the business, Musk was an active Twitter user. When Apple, one of the big brands, stopped approaching Twitter for marketing, he tweeted about it. The tweet included the name Tim Cook, the Apple CEO. He expected to respond to Musk's tweet, but he didn't. Musk eventually came out against Apple's decision to block Twitter. In the Apple Store, it wouldn't be accessible. Elon had ambitions to turn Twitter into a paid service, and Apple's move would prevent that from happening. Musk has to bear the consequences. Despite the fact that neither Apple nor Musk have admitted any wrongdoing, Musk still thinks Apple's dramatic action was incorrect. Many claim that Apple excluded Twitter because they had concerns about the platform's content moderation problems. This choice was not one that was made by Apple alone. Before them, a lot of businesses refused to work with Twitter or establish a partnership. These brands included the VW Group, Ford, Nintendo, and General Motors. Ford and the VW Group didn't want to promote their brands on Twitter because of Elon's troubles. Twitter and Apple soon started to compete. Apple's CEO, Phil Schiller, canceled his Twitter account, and what caused him to make his choice? The decision to restore Donald Trump was met with strong opposition, and Phil canceled his account shortly after Donald started using Twitter again. The long-term vision that Musk has always had is accompanied by a long-term strategy. Musk would have to introduce his smartphone if Google and Apple decided to control Twitter and ban it from their platforms. Musk has a good chance of producing and releasing either a Tesla or a Twitter smartphone. He would do everything it took to carry out this plan in order to directly compete with Apple and Google. More than Elon realizes, Twitter depends on Apple and Google. Twitter will never be able to affect people as much as Google and Apple do. Encountering the conflict of either of these businesses may lead Musk to defeat. Time is necessary for the Blue Twitter subscription service, which costs $8 to function and thrive on the world market. Let's investigate some figures. Elon Musk had to give Google and Apple a sizable commission. Musk must give both of these stores compensation for sales made through them. The Apple App Store will receive a 30% decrease initially, and then the second year, a 15% cut. The Google Play Store takes a 15% cut. These commissions would be inconvenient for someone like Musk to pay because he wants to create competition for both of these businesses. Elon fans argue over the fees that these tech giants will undoubtedly levy. Nobody could get rid of these cuts in a single day. There are more than 250 million active users per day. More than $180 million will be earned by Google as a result of the decrease. For Apple, in just its first year, the cut would be $360 million. Musk wants to be a part of that because of Google's effective market strategies, widespread presence, and innovative use of the technology. Elon has so far used the adage, go big or go home, to all of his endeavors. Musk has a keen interest in Google and wants to buy the major tech company. Even the potential of Google was emphasized. The next stage in expanding his business would be Google. Via it, he can effortlessly market to customers for Tesla, SpaceX, and Twitter. This might also represent a threat to all of his rivals in each of their fields because they are unable to even approach Google because their competitor intends to purchase it. How utterly hopeless would they feel? Musk is very knowledgeable about technology and has a burning ambition to innovate. The ideal business to give his dream wings is Google. Elon might have more influence over the data that a user sees on Google. Having this would be a huge advantage if he ever bought Google. He might also be able to acquire sensitive information from Google, and we can't be sure if he would reveal Google in the same way that he revealed Twitter's earlier corruption. He would have more control over how the public would be introduced to him and his businesses. He may choose what kind of content should appear when a user types in terms related to him or his business and easily share the information. The fact that he might make the same decision regarding rival companies is what scares his competitors the most. If their brand is not recognized by consumers, they run a greater risk of losing customers. Musk understood that his brand would cease to exist if Twitter did not abide by the rules of these big businesses. He would be unable to legally contest them because they would be correct. He'll introduce a smartphone first, then purchase Google. When we discuss Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, affordability is a non-issue. He has the ability to construct rockets. In a handful of months, he could easily design and release a smartphone. Musk has a great ambition to control Google despite the fact that he could implement the concept of a smartphone more quickly than Google. Google's machine learning and artificial intelligence may be helpful to Musk. He may be in a far more advanced position in terms of finance and technology if SpaceX and Tesla are united with Google. Elon Musk has a net worth of $147 billion. Therefore, even though he hasn't made any additional announcements indicating a purchase, there is a greater likelihood that he will acquire Google. He has realized several of his ideas against opposition from others who criticize them as being absurd. Yet Musk carried out each and every one of his concepts to fruition. The urge to acquire Google can be a sweet form of retaliation. Musk was on the point of closing his business during the early stages of Tesla. He reached his lowest point, and the only way out was to sell it to Google. There was a delay from Google, even though an agreement was drafted. While this was happening, though, car sales rose and Tesla became well known. Google had a keen interest in both robotics and autos. If Tesla had not advanced so quickly, Google would have developed the idea of self-driving cars. Do you believe Elon Musk will acquire Google?